Hey, what's going on, world? It's your boy XYZ. Welcome to 3MG Nation, and I'm here with your man.
It's your boy 3MG, man. We represent the team right now. We back with episode 2 of the Gamertag podcast. And I just want to say thanks, guys. You guys were showing mad love last week to the show and really stood tuned to the show. So hopefully you guys enjoy this week's.
Yeah, man, y'all the shit. Y'all the
He
SHIT.
said, y'all the shit. Yo, man.
Let's open this Biatch Shamana up with the Drake and the Meek Mill beef that's going on.
Oh, man.
So Drake dropped his Summer 16 that you guys heard, and he said some lines about Meek. The conspiracy that's going on online now is that Meek Mill's dropped his War Pains like 15-20 minutes after Drake dropped Summer 16. So people are like, oh, something's fishy, this must be orchestrated, because it took Meek Mill like a week to respond to Drake's first diss, but now he was able to do it 15 minutes later. And then in his diss record, Meek said, how you claiming you Jay or claiming you Hove, but in the Drake Summer 16 he says, I used to want to be on Rockefeller, now I'm Jay. So people are like, how would he know that line?
How would he know Summer 16 just to, like, I mean, I don't know. Honestly, I hope it doesn't turn into that. I mean, maybe he was really in the booth at the time and it was just the right time. But 15, 20 minutes in? That's a bit too quick, man.
I think something definitely happened. But he said that he got the lyrics or heard the song from Quentin Miller, who he is accusing Drake of songwriting.
Again?
Let me break this all down.
Break it down,
in a structure. So if you're for all the fans out there of music, think about this. If you're an artist, an up-and-coming artist, you have time at home to sit there and write your lyrics, and you have all day to write your lyrics, rap your song, and then you wake up, do what you do, and you do the same thing. Now imagine you're a megastar, okay? You wake up at 5 o'clock, you go to the airport at 6 o'clock, you fly to Australia, which is a 12-hour flight, you do a show, you come back to the hotel, you sleep for 3 hours, you have to catch the next flight to go to Tokyo.
Wow.
And this is your schedule now, right? You come back to the US, you touch down in New York, and you have to drive across the country all the way to California, and you're touring. This is your schedule, 365. When do you have time to write and do things? So me, I know I can write. If you heard Comeback Season, you heard So Far Gone, you heard Take Care, you know that Drake can write. So even Lil Wayne, at the pinnacle of Lil Wayne,
2007 maybe? 7, 8?
The man was dropping like songs like crazy, like 50 songs a day. There's no way that one person can write that much and record that much. The most I can record in a day is maybe about 4 songs, and that's me grinding, right? And that's me not having any other obligations. So someone at that level, there's no way that they can produce and put out that much music, and I'm talking about Lil Wayne here, that consistently without a team. So now let's say you're Drake, you're a mega superstar, and you're like, okay, these are the ideas I want to do on my next album. Go create some stuff, create some melodies for me. Because even sometimes I'll go on a song, I'll hear a beat, and I'll just be like, da 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 da. I'm gonna kill it, da da da. And you create that melody, and then you just throw words in there. So to make it your own. So the same thing could be with Quentin Miller. He can be like, hey Drake, look, I got this concept, right? Let's do this. And then Drake's like, yo, I really like that sound. I'm gonna throw my words in there, let's go. There's nothing wrong with that, because at this time now, you are an entity. You are a business. It's not about like, oh, I'm a rapper. No, you're a business. Anything that Drake touches, the world goes crazy for. So when this whole beef started with Drake and Meek Mill, if you think about the timing, Dream Chaser 4 is coming out soon, if it's not already out. Drake is dropping his Views from the 6th in April. And I personally think that at this point in time, it's corny, because the battle's already been done. Meek has lost. You take your L. If you keep talking about it, eventually what you're going to do is you're going to lose your own fans, because this is where you can't beat Drake. When someone is a rapper that yells all the time, and if you think about his hit records, they've come with other artists on the record, and you're going against somebody like Drake, who at any moment can put a song out. It doesn't matter what your personal opinion is on it. It's a hit. It's going to play on the radio. You're going to lose.
It's going to rerun It's going to rerun on the station all day.
Yeah. So you're going to lose. Anything you want to put into that before I jump to the next?
Yeah, beef? Not only like you said, you know, you're gonna lose your fans, but you devalue what you're doing at the current moment. So if you have something, you know, on a plate right now, being, you know, prepared, you kind of mess up your positioning as far as like what's your next, you know, big hit that you're trying to put out. Because now people won't take you serious. People will be distracted by the BS that you're doing. And the fact that you're still going on with this beef, one, you're glorifying Drake. You're making him look better. And at the same time, you're messing up what he's doing because it's only going to look corny on both ends. At this point, it was hot when it happened. But I don't even want to see Drake make a diss track either. Like, it's cool because I can still tolerate it with Drake's side because he wasn't, he as soon as he felt he was done, he was done. Meek kept going, and still, after in 2016, still writing tweets. He was even going to be featured with, who's that down south on the Georgia, Atlanta, whoever, rapper, I forgot his name, and he was gonna do a collaboration diss track, like, and he was still continuing. Like, it doesn't make any sense. You make yourself look that bad, and I'm a fan of Meek Mill's music, but you lose value in your own craft. Like, people would just stop messing with you, period. And I mean, you're still gonna have your fans, but at the end of the day, it's just you lose what you first built. And I'm like, on both ends, it will end up corny, period. The beef is corny. But what was the next?
Well, and here's the problem with it, right? You got somebody like Meek Mills who, and you know when you think about him like donating water, which is a great thing. Yeah. But you know that he did that in a sense of like, all right, let me get some of this heat off my back and let me go do something good, right?
Yeah. It kind of worked a bit because people, you know, it worked a little bit. I would say.
But here's the thing, right? When it comes to at the end of the day, it doesn't matter who has the hottest verse. It's who has the hottest song. Because the song will be played, you know, a year from now, 2 years from now. A verse will be here and then it'll be forgotten. That's the difference. So when you think about when Drake came out with Back to Back, Charged Up wasn't that great. But when he came out with Back to Back, he said it himself. He came out with a song that he wanted to be played on the radio, and he said his few lines. So what's happening there is when Meek Mill raps, I'm coming through the chopper, got the rolling, right? You can only listen to someone yelling for so long before it drowns you out, and you're just like, yo, I can't hear this shit. Now I'm just hearing noise. But when you hear, when Drake says Twitter fingers, when he says, is that your tour or your girl's tour? When he says, you know, I stayed in the hotel room right above you, and I played back to back about 100 times, and you ain't do nothing about it. He says it in a way that it's played so many times that the listener knows the lyrics because he can hear it and he can take it in.
The clarity, yes.
And I'm going to do something to the people watching right now, right? Here's an example. Hey, what's going on, guys? I'm going to tell you guys right now, man. This shit is crazy, man. Oh my gosh, man. I'm having so much fun. Hey, guys, man, it's crazy. I'm having so much fun right now. It's just you guys have to be here to enjoy this and experience this. Which one did you take in?
I would think you're an idiot for the first one, but I would really rather listen to the second one.
Right, you know? Because what happens is naturally as humans, when someone speaks to you, if you think about why they use Morgan Freeman to do voiceovers or anything like that, it's that strong voice that's calm and it's here. Yeah. And you have to tune in as a human and pay attention to listen compared to someone yelling. That's why if you ever notice when your mom yells at you or your girlfriend or your friend, you're just like, man, shut that shit up. You don't want to hear it.
Yup. And when somebody sits and have a talk with you on a one-on-one and they really sitting down and they have their, you know, they have like a certain speed when they talk and it's like nice and fluid, you listen more. Whether you think it's still BS or not, you still understand more. More is in sync with you rather than, like he said, when, come on now, girlfriends, when they argue and you're just like, man, I don't want to hear this shit. They're talking loud and everything. I don't want to. That's anyone. You find it disrespectful, period, when somebody's screaming. I don't find it entertaining hearing somebody screaming, period. Yeah. There's some people who love that, like people who are into rock music, you know, with everything. But as far as hip-hop culture, when you have somebody who does that, it's only a temporary thing where we're like, oh, this is one of those pump jams and everything. But when you have somebody who, even if they're not even lyrically amazing, but sometimes can throw a good track or a good hit, people are going to stay intact with that song for a long time. So
absolutely. The Kanye West and Wiz Khalifa, apparently, you know, Wiz Khalifa was like, yo, you need to chill out and smoke that KK, which, you know, it stands for Khalifa Kush or Cali Kush, which is Cali Kush is an indica, and the C, instead of C in Cali, it's a K. But a Khalifa Kush, Wiz Khalifa has his own brand. And
he legit?
Yeah. And Kanye took it as, you need to go smoke that Kim Kardashian. So that's when he went on this rant, this long rant, and Kanye got into his feelings and got all sensitive, like I think someone in his position shouldn't, but we know from past experiences that that's what he does. He gets in his feelings. And he went on this long rant talking about, you're mad that a stripper got you for 18 years. When you look at your kid, you gotta think about her. I own your kid.
Oh my God.
All this stuff. And then at the end, he's like, he doesn't even apologize. He's just like,
I understand. I was it's something.
Yeah.
Like he caught his fault, but he didn't apologize to Wiz or nothing. And the same thing with the waves and the swish. What was his album name? And
Swish, yeah.
But real quick, because you mentioned the KK first.
Yeah.
Is that really what started the situation? Because I thought it was something before that Wiz kept on.
It was like skinny jeans or something like that about the pants, or Kanye said something about his build or something like that, and then Wiz was like, "Yo, you need to chill out and smoke this KK, or get back to yourself and smoke this KK."
Oh.
So it was like a little exchange. I don't remember what it was, but then that's what he said that sparked everything. Then Kanye went on that rant, and I think because of that, Wiz Khalifa lost like 2 million followers.
That's great. He legit lost 2 million.
Well, that's why I made that diss record to Kanye, because I'm like, yo, I can't be messing or listening to anybody that think that they're above everyone else, And it's like, yeah, look, you make music, but you're no more important than the person that's giving you a burger when you go to McDonald's.
Nah, not at all.
You ain't more. So when you treat other people like trash, I'm like, yo, fuck Kanye. Obviously you don't retaliate with negativity, but at the same time, it's like if you want my respect, I'm gonna give you my respect. But if you're not gonna reciprocate it back, I'm not gonna be mean to you, even though I did make that record, which is a parody just for fun, people. But I'm going to remove you from my life.
But I mean, the beefs are retarded, man. And I mean, just to stay on, just one more thing quickly, just on another rapper. Did you see Game's donation, that bank account, $13 million that he donated, $500,000 to the Flint water crisis, and had another company that he's partnered with, of a water company, that if he can reach that much, that once the water bottles are done, that they were gonna donate their other half. I'm like, damn, dude, bank account was $13 million, bro. He showed a picture. But is that what we do today? Is that what we really do? It's like you're using a cause, using a real situation to promote yourself. And I'm like, what's the need to show off your bank account? What's the need to shout out that you donated money? You can always give your condolences. You can always give like a heads up, like, hey guys, donate to this. But what happened to the real value of why we do things? Like, what's the real reasons? And I feel like, well, go ahead.
No. I'm sorry to interrupt you. Go ahead.
No. I really want you to give your input on that.
So here's the thing about doing that. One, it lessens the energy that you're putting out into the universe. But two, I believe there's 103 or 107,000 people that live in Flint, Michigan. So I read this thing from Michael Moore. He's the guy that does the documentaries, and he said it's great that these people are donating, but 100,000 bottles of fresh water, that is literally a bottle of water per person a day. So you would literally need, to bathe and to feed and to drink about 70 bottles per person a day, which is just something that is unattainable. And I was speaking to my wife, because it's the same thing that happens in Puerto Rico, and they have a solution in Hawaii that I don't understand, especially in places like California or places that have a lot of rain or don't have a lot of rain. I don't understand why every household, every project, every apartment building does not have big water catch tanks. So when it does rain, you get that fresh rainwater, and it's okay if your household is allotted a certain amount of water. But at least what happens is, okay, guys, we got 10 gallons of water today. Take a quick shower, do this or do that. But you're not paying for water because it's coming from the earth. You have a fresh water catch tank. That's what we have in Hawaii. So every time it rains, you have water.
Doesn't it rain a lot in Hawaii?
It does. It's the same thing as Puerto Rico. Puerto Rico has a water problem. But when I was there this last year, it rained like crazy, but somehow they were in a drought. But when I looked around at all the houses, there were very few water catch tanks. And I'm like, we're in a time where people are able to have fresh water if they could just catch it through a catch tank, instead of having to worry about polluted water from the government giving them and poisoning their kids and their families.
Yep.
There's a solution to it. It's like if I'm giving you a $100 million bailout to fix your infrastructure on water, I literally could take that money and give every single household a water catch tank, and you don't have to worry about that water that's running, because guess what? You have your own fresh source of water.
That's true. And that I can't really put it in better words, because that's as plain as simple. Like, that's plain as day. It's like we discover things, we build things man-made, but to really recover from something or to really try to invent something is that difficult. Like, why couldn't they just think of a system like that? Like, we are in a time where we're using up other resources, and the pollution that's going on, and the workaround or the ways to cure things are sometimes even worse. Chemicals being used to try to help, like like say when we get our flu shots, I know over here we're getting vaccines that are from Europe. So all these viruses that are in Europe, for the flu viruses that are in Europe, we're getting injected with that for the vaccine. Why? If half of those are not over here, and that's why I still get sick in the fucking winter. I don't understand. But in the same, you be safe, you be good. I get sick still in the winter, yo.
Anytime I'm not feeling good, and I want anyone to do this, especially you as well. If you feel that moment, if you're not feeling too good, go throw some fruits and vegetables in a blender and throw like 2 cloves of garlic and just blend it and drink that shit. You'll feel good the next day, because garlic is a natural antibiotic.
Now, yeah, I think you was telling me about that before, to have like a couple a day. You do that like every day, right?
Yeah, I do it every day, so my immune system's great.
Screw you.
I'm just saying.
My immune system sucks.
But you're absolutely right about adding chemicals and doing the flu shot. I don't get the flu shots. I don't do any of that shit. Like, even my dog doesn't have any of the shots.
What? Don't they need shots?
My dog's great. It's one of those things you got to remember. When they give you a vaccine, they're giving you a very small percentage of the virus already dead or dying. So when it goes into your body, your blood cells or your white blood cells, I forget what it is, protective, whatever, kills it. So now it's created a antibiotic or antivirus. You can't kill viruses, but an anti-whatever.
Antibodies or something like that?
Yeah, to kill that virus. So that's how flu shots come about. And you're absolutely right. Why would you take a European medicine if it doesn't exist here?
Or if it has no effect on us, but yet it's still a virus, and I guess they want our cells. Whatever, science, whatever that. But or a healthcare system, but the point is, to benefit, we don't use like the resources that we have that are going to waste. We can do things like what he's saying, have this catcher that catches water. You know what? In some countries they do that. Some other places they have it to where they use sunlight to really generate power. Why? So that they don't have to pay, how expensive it is for the electric bill. They have some houses in upstate where the roofs it's expensive to get it built, but once you do, you come to see that the roofs have this like glass thing in it that generates energy from the sun, and they're able to power throughout the whole day and save energy if there was ever a blow outage in electricity. And I think we need to implement that more throughout not only my city, but around the world, or at least in the U.S., so that we can save more money. And in case of any chemicals that are really kind of like polluting our health system or just our world and as a whole, as our home, basically, I think that's just a great way to just, not sacrifice our resources and just use for the better.
Oh, absolutely. And, not only do they have solar panels, but at this point in time, they're developing...
You said the word. I was trying to think of the word solar panels. My bad.
Yeah. Not only are they I don't know if it's developing or developed, but they have solar paint, where you can paint like your house or a building, and it captures the sun as energy, and then it transfers it to...
What?
I don't know if it's developed or it's developing, but that is something that is real and it's tangible.
It's probably on paper already, if anything, for a fact. Wow, that's crazy.
Well, they even have that thing. I mean, I saw it on WorldStar. That bottle that generates water out of oxygen. It just sits there and it collects energy from the solar panel, and then some turbines or whatever moves inside, and it gets condensation and it creates fresh water. So what that means is no matter where you are, you can collect fresh water from the air. Oh no, I'm just saying, people that haven't seen the UFC fight yesterday, your boy Anthony Johnson knocked out Ryan Bader in the first round. Ryan Bader was scared. He tried to tackle him, got knocked out real quick. Ben Rothwell submitted the War Master. I forget his name. He submitted him anyway, and then Sage Northcutt was like a big prospect, and he got submitted in the second round as well. What do you think? Because I know that you played it. What do you think about the UFC 2 beta?
Oh, okay. Oh man. All right. So from the fights that you just said, I mean, for anybody who watched the UFC, you know, always stay tuned because my brother right here be on that UFC ish. You know what I mean? So wait, right before anything, when is that McGregor fight again?
March 5th.
March 5th. So stay tuned. Oh,
and on top of that, that card, I believe, BJ Penn, who is only the second person behind Randy Couture to hold a belt in 2 different weight of divisions, not simultaneously, but like has held 2 different belts. He's going to come out of retirement again, which I don't think is a smart move, but he's training at Jackson and Winklejohn, where John Jones trains, who's the greatest of all time. And he's coming out of retirement. He's going to fight on the same card as McGregor because he's going after that featherweight belt that McGregor holds, which I think McGregor hit him 1-2 times and BJ Penn will go night-night.
How old is BJ Penn?
That man's like 37 or something like that.
Sometimes you need to know when to give up. Anyways, though, there's UFC 2 beta, okay? So I want to just say huge shout out to Sid because I wasn't able to get the beta code. My registry just was already invalid because I did it too late, but he let me sign on to his account. He let me play the game. I played for a good amount of time. And I want to say I hate when people don't get a chance, they don't get to see how I feel, but I'm very impressed. Like, I was so shocked to the point. I was more or less like just so impressed and happy that the issues that were caused or that were in the very first game in the beginning are not in this game. Immediately, I knew the blood and gore, the ground pound game, especially when you were finishing an enemy or your opponent off, I should say, and you knocked them out immediately. They had that feature in the game. I was so happy. Because remember, the first one, I don't know if you remember, Jay, they didn't have, bro, when you knock somebody out, you couldn't ground and pound after, like, you couldn't go after them. Yeah. And I'm like, that's not UFC like. You know, you're really neglecting real UFC type shit. And I'm just like, you're really, like, you're missing a lot of the core pieces of UFC. So they had that. And just to be more descriptive in depth, you can break people's noses in this game. I broke somebody's nose. He held his nose, tried to back away, and you just seen blood running down his hand. And I was like, whoa, I couldn't even believe it. Then you can cut their forehead. You can cut their eye up. Yo, it looks so crazy. I had some guy bleeding from his rib cage. So they add so much depth and realistic, like it looks so realistic with the body damage. It's ridiculous. Then the movement when you get hit, it can really get you off balance. You know, I got a guy who and you know, as we're talking, I most likely have footage up. You know, when a guy went to me and I just, you know, punched him, all of a sudden the dude just went to the side, almost did like a cartwheel, and he hit the cage and he just stood on the floor for a second holding his head, and then he got up. So I'm like, I love the fact that they try to add real characteristics to these people and to the game, because I'm like, it keep me so much involved in the game. I was so hype playing it. Every knockout is intense in this game. It is ridiculous. There's some bugs, don't get me wrong, there's some bugs that they need to work on, but the fact that they just added so much in depth and it felt so realistic. They brought the fight night mechanic in as far as the bob and weave mechanic. When you hold L2, you get to lean back forward. I love the way they did it. The counters are just like on point, man. They got some real good ground game. Ground game, Jay, I don't know if you're a fan of UFC. Well, you're a fan of the game, right? Yeah. And the ground game has always been a problem for me, right? They made it more simple, but it's actually it's kind of confusing in the beginning, but it's actually really simple. And I think it's fair enough for everyone. You know, it's basically who can hit the button first, and then the meter got to go up before your opponent can really register an attack. And I think that's fair enough. But yo, if you see how crazy the ground pound game, it looks so brutal that I was like, I'm glad they didn't like hold back because of, you know, kids playing and nothing. They really went in and said, listen, we're gonna make sure that UFC's the game is gonna get its justice, bro. And there's over 200 characters in the game itself. Starting, bro. I was fam. You haven't got your hands on it?
No, not yet. I'm waiting for it to officially come out ready. I know that I'm copping it. I know Ricky's copping it. You know, y'all out there watching, y'all better create your 3MG Nation PlayBudz characters.
You already know. You already know. That's what we doing over here, man. And I just, whenever I play somebody online, man, yo, you don't understand how hype I get, man. Because, yo, they look vicious, man. They look like monsters in the octagon, man. Yeah. So that's just really with the beta, man. The beta release is when you said March 16th?
No. I don't know exactly when the beta. I know the McGregor fight with the BJ Penn is March 5th. March 16th sounds about right if the beta's coming out right now.
Yeah, I think it's March 16th, but I do know February 16th we got Street Fighter, so I just didn't want to confuse the dates. I think it's March something, I don't know, but I'll get back to that.
I know February 2nd got that DLC though. Hey, for that Black Ops 3 though. Hey.
Yo, I'm gonna be real. I haven't been on Black Ops because it kind of burned me out with the Combine map, bro. Yeah. The Combine map kind of torn me up a bit, bro. And it's like I was like, let me give this a rest. I got on some of the Division. I got on other games, Dying Light the DLC. I got it early, whatever. I was playing other games because we both know, like, the game is super fun. Black Ops 3 is super fun, but the game was burning me out. I felt like, come on, man, give us the DLC already. Like, give us new maps already. And it was confirmed that there might be up to like 10 more specialists, you know, like some more specialists, more weapons. So I can't wait for the DLC. Are you playing it day one?
I don't know. It just depends on my time. I mean, if you get on, I'll jump on. But it just depends. Like, for me, it's really just the lot of time I have to jump on, because I can't really. That's why I don't really play story mode games, because I don't have time to invest. I can jump on for an hour, maybe two, and then jump back off.
Yeah, well, that's understandable. That, you know, sometimes, you know, you can't really spend that much time on single player games because they invest a lot of time and dedication to really play. Especially open world games, going to be kind of difficult for somebody to get involved with that when you're very busy. Yeah. But as far as that, I was waiting for the DLC to finally drop, man. I can't wait for that. It's Tuesday. I don't work. But anything else on the side of things?
No, man, we got a bunch of shit. Hold up, we ain't finished, man. We got a bunch of shit. All right, so I'll just jump in real quick. Dragon Ball Super Episode 29. The tournament's about to start. Champa created the ring in the unnamed planet. Beerus picked a mystery fighter that no one knows yet. Goku and Vegeta get to pick the next two fighters that are going to join them in the tournament, because it's 5-on-5. And then in the next episode, episode 30, Gohan is training with Piccolo. If you guys want to see episode 29 abridged as a parody, you can go to my channel, the IAMXYZ, IAM space XYZ, and you can check it out. It's like a 4 or 5 minute clip. So Dragon Ball Super is starting to get really interesting for all the anime fans out there. Another thing is, I know we were going to transition into wanting to succeed at something in life.
Oh, yeah.
So I guess, you know, I'll start it off. You know, if there's anything that you want to do in life, it's going to take work. And what I mean by that is like let's say if you know, you're 16 years old and you want those pair of Jordans, they're $350. Well, set a plan together. You know, go cut your grass, go clean the house, get that $20, save it, don't spend it. You know, it's one of those things where you cannot be afraid, and I'm transitioning out of that. You cannot be afraid to do anything in life or rejection. Rejection is how you get to the yes. You're gonna get 100 no's before you get a yes. And an example is, you know, I've hit up many people to be like, hey, I'll send you this, or hey, would you mind doing this? And I've gotten told no so many times, but I've gotten told yes so many times. I've gone on hundreds of castings for commercials, print jobs, movies, and I've gotten told no so many times, but I've gotten told yes just as many times. And you don't see it right away. But if I go and look at my resume today for what I've done in the past 8 years, it's remarkable, coming from Hawaii, you know, family on welfare, family on food stamps, not having a guide, not having somebody in my family to look up to or to point me in the right direction, and kind of going at it blindfold. For most people, you know, something like Hollywood or being in a movie or being in a big commercial is kind of like wishful thinking. Like, if you tell your friends, oh yeah, I'm gonna go to Hollywood, they'll be like, oh, good luck, ha 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 ha. You know,
yeah,
it takes hard work. You know, and not in the sense of like, oh, I got to go with a shovel every day and that kind of hard work. But what it takes is a certain level of crazy. And what I mean by that is, you're not cuckoo, but you believe and you see this vision that no one else sees. So it's similar to being crazy when you're like, oh, there's John right there, and people looking, there's no damn John. But you see it and you believe it. So if there's anything in life that you want to do, you have to put your first step forward. And you have to remember, everything in life is steps. Then if you continue to put those steps one after another, when you look back a year later, 2 years later, 3 years later, you'll see that you just took 20, 30 steps forward, and you're a lot closer to your dreams or your goals than you were before you even started. What people tend to do is they make these excuses in their head as to why they can't do something. and then they don't apply the action. It's the same thing I said last week about the DCA equals success: decide, commit, apply. It's as simple as you telling yourself, you know what, I'm trying to lose this weight, I'm gonna work out today. That moment, you just work out. Just work out. Don't even let your mind be filled with reasons why you cannot. Just do it. And
you're right.
And though that's the mentality that you have to have in order to succeed. You know, you may get lucky, and you put that first foot forward, and your success comes a lot quicker than someone else that's 20 steps forward than when they started, but they're not at the level or place that they want to be at. So you can't judge your success or where you are, and you can't measure it with someone else, because everyone else has a different path. Everyone else has a different speed and level that they're moving at. You move at your own pace, and it's the right pace. That's it. You can go ahead, Ricky.
Honestly, like I think we're permanently gonna do this every show. Yeah. Gonna have like a permanent spiritual talk, like for real, of like guidance. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna need your little segment, bro, because you be killing shit like that. That shit, I like that. That's what's up. So no, but what he's saying is right, and I think when he said, he went to so many different castings and interviews and like for acting jobs and commercial positions, all stuff like that. It's the same thing like what I try to do on YouTube, and I think we were speaking about it before. I see YouTube as like a fucking like this huge resume, right? Yeah. And what you do is you apply some skill to it, and you work hard. At first you may not have all the resources, all the equipment and everything to really start you off, but you use what you have at the time, right? And then what you do is you really hustle, and you really you work hard to obtain all the equipment that you need over time. Like look at me, 2 years ago, I had none of this set up. Now I come look back and I'm like, wow, like I've came so far along with all the equipment I have, and I'm glad that I at least progressed a little bit with the equipment that I have. So when I look back and now I look at my videos going forward, I'm like, all I want to do is continue on. And I got shut down plenty of times. I've asked to collab with people. I've asked for some advice, and I've asked for partnerships, or maybe even to try out or review something. I've gotten shut down so many times, but you know what? I've been given yeses to certain people, certain companies, and it made me believe that what I saw can come true. And moving forward, it's only gonna build my confidence up and how positive it is. And you know what? Shout out to BG, because he got me into E3. So I'm going.
Shout out to BG.
Shout out to the homie. So shout out to the homie, because I guess he believes in what I do. Because if I was just another regular to him, I don't think he would have. And he's a good dude. So he looked into what I do, and I guess he believes in what I do. And I got a lot of people who do that, who believe in what I do too. So I appreciate that. And the fact that it pays off, E3 may not seem serious to others, but it is serious to me. And I think I can apply now my skills on what I do on YouTube to now the real world, and really push forward. So I don't think it's good to isolate yourself. I think it's always good to expand, meet people, try to talk. It's cool if you like to do independent projects or whatever it is you want to do. But if you're the type of person who feels like things should work on like this and things should work on like that, I don't think you would ever succeed, because I think it's good to experience. Now, I don't suggest you go into different paths or different lanes if it's really not your setting, like if it's not who you are, because now it seems like you're there for the wrong reasons. But be at a place at a time that you feel is you and who you are, and you will soon succeed. It does not matter how long it takes. It will take a long time for some people are easy. Some people are lucky that they either get the easy way out or fortunate enough to pass through the hard times. But someone like myself, where it's still difficult, I'm still pushing forward. So I think what Jason was saying is right, and to really apply what you're good at on paper, on video, in music, or any form of platform or art that you can, and sooner or later you'll see success. So there should be no hesitation on that.
To add into what you're saying, I'll give you guys a few examples. It's when I do music as a hobby, and I do it for fun. Years ago, when I first started recording, I was in high school, and I made this song called Hold Hands, and I put it out to my local radio station. And this was around the time where Diddy dropped a Press Play or something, and they put it on, and I loved it, so I thought it was great. They played it in the radio. Everyone called in and said that shit sucked. Push stop on that. That's horrendous. I took that and became better. I didn't stop. I didn't let it stop me. I just became better. So you can't let a setback or negativity influence you in your
criticism, basically.
In your greatness. You have to take it as, you know what, maybe I could tweak this to become better, because you know you're not always right. But one thing I will say is you have to always go with your feelings. When you go with your feelings, it's your natural guidance to your path. You know, growing up, my parents sold food in Hawaii. We made pasteles and laulaus and panadillas, and we sold food in Hawaii. That's how we made money. That's how we survived. We sold food on the side of the road, and we'd go to different businesses and we'd sell food. You would ask people, hey, you want to buy 3 for $5, 7 for $10? You would get told no, and then you get told yes. And that is the building block of achieving things, because what success is it's habit. Success is habit. So if you want to transform your body, you're going to eat better and you're going to work out. In the process, you're creating a habit. If you want to, be a better boyfriend or be a better girlfriend, you're going to create habits to not only think about yourself, but think about your partner. If you want to become a better basketball player, you're going to practice every day, and you're going to get rid of those bad habits of looking down at the ground, only being able to go to the right, but I can't finish with my left. I can only spin one way, or go between the legs one way, I can't go the other way. You're going to break those habits because you're going to practice, and you're going to create good habits, so where you can do everything. So if you want to be successful at anything, remember, it takes 21 days. If there's something you want to get rid of or something you want to add to your arsenal, it takes 21 days. So you
Is that proven 21 days? Or you legit mean like 21 days?
Well, yeah, it's 21 days. That's, I think, scientifically it's 21 days.
Okay, cool.
So you can even write down on the paper like, okay, I want to lose, or I want to, I don't know, be more positive. So every day I wake up and I say, I love my life. Everything is great. I'm going to treat people with respect. Day 1. Day 2, you do the same thing. Day 3, you do the same thing. Before you know it, that's how you're going to feel. One practice that I've done, and another thing too, guys, like in my pursuit in Hollywood, I've lived in my car before. I've slept in my car. Like I've done that before. And one thing that I've done every single day that's helped me get through it, helped me stay positive, is every single night before I go to sleep. Doesn't matter what you believe in, higher power. If you don't believe in higher power, you believe in yourself, which you should always believe in yourself first before you do anything. I always say, please get rid of any negative energy within my body and around my body. Forgive me for any wrongdoing and negativity or sins that I may have done and put out to the world. Fill my body, surround my body with positive energy, and allow me to stay positive, be positive, and think positively. I do it every single day.
Damn.
And it allows me to look at everything with a bright light.
Damn, son.
I was gonna get into some other stuff, but I'm like, you know what? I'll say that for the next podcast. We could talk about, how to be great or keep a woman in a relationship, and how to be a great partner and all that stuff. I figure we can go to that in the next podcast.
Yeah, and you know what? Real quick, if you guys have any topics, like, it doesn't matter what topic it is, because as long as it doesn't involve something stupid, like stupid, there's nothing stupid. There's never anything stupid to talk about. It's just how you word everything, and it's how you explain it. It's how you put it out that would make it seem stupid, But if there's a topic you guys want us to talk on, we can definitely make it more broader so that it doesn't seem like we're only talking about one specific person. But if there's a question you guys want us to answer or really speak on, let us know in the comments below. Like, we have no problem. I know Jason definitely can spit a lot of his own experiences, or he just as a person himself, knowing a lot in life. We don't mind sharing anything.
Oh yeah, and if you guys in the comments, if you guys have you're going through a tough time in school, or you have a tough time with your partner, or at work, or whatever it is, if you guys want advice from us, just let us know. You can message Ricky, or let us know in the description or in the comments, and in the next podcast we'll go ahead and answer that and give you the best advice that we possibly can. You can take pieces from it and apply it to your life, or if you don't like it, don't apply it. But I think the greatest thing about 3MG Nation that Ricky has done, which he's doing a phenomenal job with, is it's about creating a unity in the community of gamers and comic lovers and anime lovers and just lovers of life, to feel connected, that you're not alone. You know, you may not get along with anybody in your school, but you know that when you come to 3MG Nation, or you come to watch Ricky's videos, or you come to hear us talk on the podcast, that we're here for you. So that's one of those things that you guys can always keep in mind, that if you need advice or you're having a hard time, just come, you know, drop us a line, drop us a message, and we'll try our best to give you advice from our point of views.
Another thing too, if you want us to like mention your name, shout you out, thank you for the comment, we'll definitely do that. But if you want it to be more personal, not really like mention anything, I definitely won't do that. I won't go out of that, you know, guy code, girl code, whatever. You know, if it's a female telling us or if a guy telling us, you know, we're not here to do that. But yeah, like I said, we call ourselves Gamertag because it's really based off of our names. And obviously we play games, but we love to speak about a lot of stuff. You know, we're adults. We have flaws, but we also try to work on them. And it's not really based on like just only trying to give you everything like we're perfect. You know, there's a lot of things that go on in life, so that's why hopefully you guys enjoy what we do. But is there anything else you would like to touch base on before we continue?
I would say I'm curious as to for people that have downloaded my music, I'm curious as to know what your favorite songs are. I mean, me personally, no, I'll link the zip file. There's like 90 songs in that zip file. I'll link it to you. You can put it in the description. You know, for people that like, let's say, you know, there's a lot of great just writer music in there. There's a lot of bullshit music in there. But there's also a song called Life, which stands for Living Incredibly While Finding Eternity. It's a 33-minute song of just straight bars from beginning to end. It changes tempo and instrumentals about 8 times throughout the entirety of the record. But for someone that wants to be inspired to do something great, or just wants to hear some positive words of encouragement, I suggest over any song to listen to Life. It's definitely a song that I'm very proud of, and it's one of those records where I'm really true to the record compared to making a song that's trendy or a song that just sounds good. It's one of those things where the words in it are powerful.
Yeah, and definitely. And if you have any like suggestions, hey, my boy here, you know, he's a mastermind in what he does, and he can definitely, you know, spit a game. I'm talking about he got bars. If you guys want him to rap about something, a topic, make it fun, just let us know, you know, because this is something he loves to do. This ain't something that he's forced to do, something he really loves doing. So definitely check it out. I'll link his music in the description. Matter of fact, we talked about it before. If anybody who got YouTube, a YouTube channel, you're more than welcome to try, you know, use his music in the background, I guess, because, you know, this copyright situation is just full of shit. My man's here, I here got hit with copyright strikes because of instrumentals. So this is more of a way like, you know what, you know, you guys can also use it as background too, because he got some fire beats over his shit too. So it's a really good music though if you listen to it. But
oh yeah, and just a heads up though, on the a lot of those are mixtapes. I own maybe like out of them, I own maybe like six of the songs or something like that. A lot of those are mixtapes. 90% of those you won't get caught with a copyright strike. It's not like I make money from it. They're just mixtape beats. But you're more than welcome to use them for your videos or anything like that. And if a copyright strike notice does pop up, it'll pop up within like the first 5 minutes of you loading it, and you can literally just take off that instrumental and add another one, and you'll be fine. Wait, I wanted to say this, right? I wanted to start, if we could all start a trend, right? So I know a big thing right now that's going on is the racism and division within our country, within our world.
Yeah.
So I think that something little that we could do is, and I do it a lot of my songs, instead of using the word ninja to call someone, you know, say my san. What up, my san? I mean, you know, say.
Oh, you started something. Wait. You started something dope.
That's what I do. Like, you know, I'm like, yo, what up, my san? Like, it's.
Wait. Am I allowed to use that in my intros?
Yeah.
But I gotta. You copyright. Is it copyrighted by you though? Is it
no. What up, my san? You know,
like, what's going on, my sayings?
So, you know, it's one of those things where we, even from 1,000 people, we do it enough, people will learn, will start listening. So when you say what up, my san, it's not towards someone black, Asian, Hispanic, Indian, white. It's what up, my san. It's the earthling. Like obviously a saying is a monkey.
Oh man!
But it's like, what up, my san? Like I say that every day. Like, what up, my san? That's it. Like, you listen to my music when you guys download it, you'll hear a lot of tracks where I'm like, Shout out to my Sans. What up, my Sans? And I'm talking about people. I'm not just talking about Dragon Ball Z fans. I'm just like, what up, my Sans? Is because you gotta think about where the word ninja comes from. You think about chink, where that comes from. You think about where cracker comes from. You think about where, India curry boy comes from.
Big or something, you know?
It's from a negative place. So when you say, what up, my San? You know it's love. And nobody can get offended because ain't nobody is saying. But we all saying. I'm just saying, my San.
Damn, son. I hate that I really want to apply that in the beginning, you know? But I feel like I can't take the credit. I don't want to. I would never take the credit, but yo. Oh, man.
No, but you know what? It's not
but it's so dope, man. You know, people on YouTube have a lot of ways of introducing themselves in their videos and, you know, calling their viewers. Like, you know, I watch a YouTuber. He calls his name is Joker Productions. And he calls his guys slunts. It's not sluts. It's slunts. But I guess it's just a PC tech savvy type of thing. Like, so little things like that is definitely cool. So, and I think Kid the Gamer, one of my boys, he'd be like, shout out to the tube, you know? Like just cool catchphrases. I don't have one.
Well, that's hey, there you go. What up, my Sans? That can be everyone's thing. Cause you know what? It's like, it's enough of like this whole thing of like claiming things. Can't nobody claim shit. Cause when you die, bruh. So it's like, what up, my San? Like, I say it, you say it, we all say it, and you know what we can do? We can end racism, because to stop something takes action. Yeah. It doesn't take, this is what people, I'm gonna go on a little rant real quick. This is what people do wrong, okay? They talk about it too much compared to applying it, right? If someone says, oh, we need more cops, or we need more doctors, go be a fucking doctor. You have the power to go be a doctor. So instead of putting that load on someone else, go do it yourself.
That's true, man.
So this whole community, 3MG Nation, you know, your own YouTube channel, whatever, what up, my Sans? We can stop, even if it's a small percentage in our communities, in our neighborhoods, in our school, in our friendly circle. We can stop the acknowledgement of racism by saying, what up, my San? My San. Yo, my San, we're one. What up, my San?
Damn, that's beautiful, bro. Real talk.
Yeah.
Yo, man, I have to use that. You know what? Just to really stop me saying it. You know, just, you know, because it is negative, regardless. You know, It doesn't matter if it's a word, it's a term of endearment. It doesn't mean shit to me. Because at the end of the day, since I started working in a hospital environment, you know, talking to some people. Saying it made me look at it differently sometimes, and saying it sometimes I pause and I look back at the person like, damn, did he feel offended? You know, so it and it sucks, because what if somebody came up to me saying, yo, what up, Spick? What's going on, my Spick, dude? Like, how does that look? You know?
Yeah.
There's really no term that they can just come off and call me. It's always been like my ninja, you know? So I think, you know, we'll start a trend on that. You know, anybody who rocks with us will just be like, yo, what am I saying? You know what I'm saying? And really and push that. We're going to really aim to push the hashtag my saying, hashtag positivity, and honestly just really, you know, keep the focus on that, because I don't want nobody to ever feel offended when I use certain words. You know, that's not the route I want to go.
And you can't get offended by someone calling you my saying. And another thing too is like, you know, the problem is when you use, words like ninja or whatever, it's like you're letting a kid know, you're letting the youth know that it's okay. And you cannot, if you say that all the time, you can't pick and choose when it's all right, when it's okay to say it, and when it's okay to hear it, and then when all of a sudden it's not okay because someone else says it. You can't divide it like that. It's when you really think about it, it's wrong regardless of what you say, oh, the history is, because guess what? Everyone's endured struggles, whether it was on American soil, whether it's on Chinese soil, European soil, Native Americans, everyone. So we can completely eliminate it for the youth, for the next generation. We can start that by saying my saying. If you feel like you need to say something and you don't want to say my human because that sounds corny, my saying. What up, my saying?
That sounds great, man. And also, just to like move on from that, I think that was like super powerful right there, that what we spoke about. And I think that's something we should all promote, you know, even if you got your term or your word or phrase to represent, you know, us, people, you know, if it's something powerful or something funny, catchy, anything to eliminate, you know, that word, you know, ninja or anything else, But yeah, one thing I want to say is for anyone out there, you know, who wants to start something up on YouTube or Twitch or anywhere, or someone, because this is something I'm looking for, and I'm sure my team is hoping to look for too. I'm looking for some guys who are interested, who play 2K, who play Madden, of course, who plays Call of Duty, who plays PC, who plays a bunch of different games, who knows their sports. If you're someone in that category, I'm going to put my email in the link. I'm looking for some members to recruit. And it's because I'm looking into the future. I want to really expand on the website as far as having leads in something. So I want to have somebody who leads in sports and sports video games where they can update us on the latest news, and we'll have that on the site. Then I want somebody who's good with shooters or anything shooting related or big titles and lead in that and give us the update on that. I know my boy Jay here is so big on like anime, so if we got some anime guys, you know, I know he would love, and as well as myself, love to have some talks with some anime guys. And, you know, we have leads on episodes and just have so that when we go to the website, and shout out to xminutgaming.com. This is my boy Jason's website right here. We represent it hard. Soon is gonna be bigger than what it is right now.
It's that 3MG Nation. It's that 3MG Nation website, because let me tell you how X-Minute Gaming came about. Your boy 3MG. 3 Minute Gamer, X for infinite amount of time playing, Minute Gaming.
Exactly, because I got exposed, you know, but with that 3 minute. But other than that, the real meaning and Jay.
I'm a minute man. I don't give two shits. Because let me tell you something, okay? All my people out there, right? Let me tell you something. The moment she get wet, and she done, it don't matter if you last 30 seconds or 30 minutes, because she already done.
Hey.
But hey, no, that's some real shit. We'll get to that to the next podcast. But I do want to say this before we go off.
Yeah.
And I'm looking at you. Okay? Whoever's watching this, I'm looking right at you. Whoever watches these videos and gives a dislike, I love you. And you're an amazing person.
And you suffer from mental illness. Nah.
And I love you.
Yo, I know who that I know who that person is, bro. I don't want to say his name, but I know who. I don't even know. Matter of fact, I don't know how many people it is. Probably he supposedly got like multiple personality disorder. I don't know, but I think I know who it is though. But you know what? We love you, man. We love you because you know what it means. You stay tuned to all my videos. You give me that one view, so I appreciate that though.
We appreciate it.
You know what I'm saying? But nah, this is the wrap up, man. It's your boy 3MG. Thank you guys for tuning in for real. We're gonna be here every week. Always on a Wednesday is gonna be uploaded. And once again, my boy Jay. Soon, yeah, we don't mind having another person on here, a couple guests, whatever. We're just really trying to make sure everything is balanced and focused and fair enough for the categories and topics we speak on. But yeah, give your piece, man.
Yeah, I mean, we could possibly, you know, if you guys do want to be a guest on the podcast, which I think would be a great thing to have one of Ricky's subscribers weekly, is like make sure that you hit him up, because we do this on Sundays. Make sure you guys hit him up on like that Friday or Saturday, and if you guys can't make it, don't feel discouraged. We'll get you on the next one or the one after, or we'll do like a once a month special or something. Just don't feel discouraged, and we'll try and get you on here. But make sure before you even submit to want to be on the podcast that you guys have a webcam, a decent webcam. You guys have decent lighting, and we can hear you, because it's not going to be good if the quality is not good. We want to keep the quality standard up for all of you guys out there. It's your boy Vegeta XYZ. What it do, my sons?
Alright, and I'm also going to put the email in the link, so if anybody is interested, you can hit up that email. But yeah, have a blessed one, people.
3MG Nation. Shout it to my sage, yeah, we get it poppin'. Shout it to the nation, 3MG, we rockin'. If they hatin' on the say, you can get the flash. Final, yup, that's that ass. Girls rock, we hot, oh yeah. Girls rock, we hot, oh yeah. If they talking shit, say goodbye. Me and all my squad, we stay fly. What do I gotta do to be great? Meet me at the altar, bitch, I'll be late. If I know I should change, why don't I change? Cause bitch, I am a saint, you can stare at pain. Every time I look up in that mirror, I see God. Every time I hit it from the back, shit be like God. Anytime I stunt up on these haters, they be God. And every time I rap, these rappers be like, dang, God. Habits are like rabbits that I'm pulling out. Every time I hit it, never pulling out. I do it cause I can, who the fuck gon' stop me? All up in the mouth, yeah, she call me cocky. I haven't rolled like this in a while though. My soul is heavy and my heart is beating slow. Cold as ice, like I'm taking polar bear's life. What am I to do, huh? Ay. Shout it to my sayings, yeah, we get it poppin'. Shout it to the nation, 3MG, we rockin'. If they hating on the sand, you can get the flash. Final, yup, that's that ass. Girls rock, we hot, oh yeah. Girls rock, we hot, oh yeah. If they talking shit, say goodbye. Me and all my squad, we stay fly. Tell me what to do, yeah, my squad flex. We the first to do it, feelings grow grotesque. So addicted to the rhyme, 100 songs, 1,000 lines. Every time we kill the shit, I feel like I am wasting time. Greater than the average, on the verge of being a savage. Then I ravage through your city and take all your bitches' baggage. Like I'm Buzz Bunny with the carrots. Fuck yo hating ass parrots. Just the average saying acting great as of late. When the two collide, you can get your bitch up off my plate, and the end result is the same. I can smile through the guilt, but the guilt will get you killed. So it's best to bury doubts like a cemetery routes to the lies in the seat. On my way to get the green like them blue and yellow cleats. Who hasn't struggled, pain, wept and hustled? That's everybody's life muzzle.